to your Superman news video for the week July 11th to July 17th, 2014. Top news stories in this week's Speeding Bulletin include Amy Adams keeping in shape for Batman v Superman, Jerry O'Connell to voice Superman in Throne of Atlantis, and DC Comics announces their panels for Comic-Con. Let's find out about these stories and more in this week's Speeding Bulletin. In movie news, some additional photos were posted online of set pieces and construction sites for the upcoming film Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, taking shape in Corktown, Michigan. Speculation is that this particular photo may be the entrance to the Wayne Enterprises building. Access Hollywood caught up with Amy Adams at a recent Max Mara fashion promotion where she spoke about getting into shape for the upcoming Batman v Superman movie. She said, "Everyone there is like they're super yoked, so I feel the pressure, not the pressure because they're very accepting more body types, but everyone looks so great. They're all in such good shape." Gary Oldman, who starred as Commissioner Gordon in the Dark Knight trilogy of Batman films, sat down with Yahoo Movies for an interview where he sounded unsure about the premise of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. He said, "Now we've got a Batman, we've got a guy who can fly, who's an alien. We'll have to see. It's got big shoes to fill." Earlier this month, we posted a detailed examination of the new Superman costume for the upcoming movie, comparing it with Man of Steel's costume to pinpoint the subtle changes in the new design. Having acquired an even higher resolution version of the photo, it was discovered that the new Superman costume contains a fair amount of Kryptonian writing, which has been included in the tweaked design. You see the switch line through the middle of the S shield on his chest. While many thought it was purely to try and emulate the logo seen throughout Man of Steel, especially in the movie's poster design, there's actually Kryptonian writing above and below that line. At first it simply appears to be a breakup of the mesh pattern that permeates the entire costume. But upon closer examination you can see that it is indeed Kryptonian lettering. We haven't been able to work out just what it says as yet. Aquaman will have the spotlight shone on him in the upcoming Warner Brothers home entertainment animated movie Justice League Throne of Atlantis, which follows on from Justice League War. Throne of Atlantis, to be released early next year on DVD and Blu-ray, adapts a comic arc that pits the undersea nation of Atlantis against the surface world. Much of the voice cast from Justice League War will return, however Jerry O'Connell has been cast as the voice of Superman, taking over from Alan Tudyk. While it's highly debatable whether Superman ever actually personally destroyed any buildings in Metropolis in Man of Steel, the guys at How It Should Have Ended have featured Superman in their latest animated video on how Godzilla should have ended. The video definitely created some interesting debate on our site. Ken Thorne, the Oscar-winning composer, passed away on Tuesday aged 90. While Superman fans will know him best for composing Superman 2 and Superman 3 scores, rearranging the iconic themes created by John Williams, Thorne won an Oscar for scoring the 1966 musical A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, and earned a Grammy nomination for writing the incidental score to the 1965 Beatles film Help. Our condolences go out to his wife Linda and twin daughters Emily and Claire. There's no TV news this week, so we jump straight into comic book news, where DC Comics released their October 2014 solicitations this week, and we highlighted for you all the Superman-related comics and products listed. A special note was Superman number 35, in which Superman and Ulysses are still dealing with the traumatic revelations of last issue, but the hunt for the machinist must continue before his would-be victims fall into his hands. And Action Comics number 35, where in the aftermath of Doomed, we find out what is left of the Man of Steel and what's become of Smallville. ComicBookResources.com caught up with writer Tony Bedard to talk to him about Supergirl and where things are headed for the Maid of Might once she rids herself of the Red Lantern ring. He said, "The biggest surprise for me about the Red Daughter of Krypton storyline has been that Kara has had more fun and upbeat moments as a Red Lantern than as a misfit alien on planet Earth. I don't think Kara should be defined by rage, she's better than that." Comic-Con International will be taking place across July 24th to 27th in San Diego, and while there's no official announcement regarding any appearances from Zack Snyder for Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, there are a number of other panels that Superman fans might be interested in, including the DC Comics Superman the Man of Tomorrow panel, to be held on Saturday, July 26th at 11:15 AM. Superman homepage reporter Louis James will be attending Comic-Con and reporting on as many of the Superman-related events and panels as he can, so keep an eye on our website that whole weekend. Comic books we reviewed this week included Superboy number 33, which was reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who said, Yes, it's silly, yes, it's explosive, yes, it's fun, and he gave it a 5 out of 5. T.A. Hewitt reviewed Batman Superman number 12, giving it a score of 2 out of 5, saying it seeks to entertain but at the expense of the same characters that it tries to enliven. And Matt Shaw reviewed Smallville Chaos chapter 6, giving it a 4 out of 5, saying, where I felt the last issue was a little wanting, this one delivers again. Superman comics and other items available this week from July 16th include Infinite Crisis chapter 9 digital comic has been available since July 14th. Injustice Year 2 chapter 15 digital comic has been available since July 15th. Infinite Crisis Fight for the Multiverse number 1 print edition, which is available in a variant cover. Scribblenauts Unmasked Crisis of Imagination number 7 print edition. Supergirl number 33. Smallville Chaos chapter 7 digital comic will be available July 18th. Supergirl Volume 4 Out of the Past trade paperback. Teen Titans Volume 4 Light and Dark trade paperback. DC Comics Supervillains Armoured Lex Luthor Deluxe action figure. Superman Black Pool Cue. And Superman Iconic Pool Cue. Don't be a mug, gobble up your soup or down your coffee in one of these Superman mugs. Get your Flying Superman White Soup mug for $14.50. Or how about a Superman logo 24-ounce mug for just $11.99. These and other great Superman mugs are available from your one-stop Superman shop, the Superman homepage online store at supermanhomepage.com/shop. In other news, Barnes & Noble, America's largest retail bookseller, announced a pop culture celebration in its stores nationwide from July 18th through August 10th. Superman and DC Comics fans will want to check out the DC Comics Spectacular from July 23rd to 27th, which will offer fans the opportunity to celebrate DC Comics with fun activities, special giveaways, and a 5-day only offer on all DC Comics graphic novels. For a full schedule of local events and author appearances, visit the Barnes & Noble website. Kyle Walker, a Superman fan and playwright from West Michigan, has written a raunchy comedy and parody on the Superman theme titled In a Single Bound, which premiered this week at the Dog Story Theatre in Grand Rapids. The play runs until July 20th. Purchase your tickets from dogstorytheatre.com. Internet security software company McAfee published their list of the top 10 most toxic superheroes, which reveals that fans searching for Superman content on the internet have a greater chance of reaching a bad link, coming across malicious software designed to steal passwords and personal information, or visiting a website that has tested positive for online threats such as spyware, adware, spam, phishing, viruses, or other malware. And while we did have our own issues late this week, the message is pretty clear. Don't go searching for Superman content on the internet, just come straight to our website. That's all the Superman news there was for the week July 11th to July 17th. There won't be a Speeding Bulletin video for the next couple of weeks as I'm taking some time off to celebrate my 20th wedding anniversary. And the website will continue to be updated, so be sure to keep an eye on the website for all your daily news updates for the world of Superman. I'm Steve Younis, see you in a couple of weeks, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. See ya.
Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott!
Hello everyone, and welcome to a seriously dark, seriously rainy, seriously wet hair episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V, and thanks for watching. So, we've had a couple of weeks ago the big picture reveal of the new look for Man of Steel for Henry Cavill in the upcoming Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. And that is, of course, this wet, rainy photo on top of what looks to be a building in Gotham City, but that hasn't really been officially announced yet. It's what we're all assuming by looking at it. This looks like maybe the first time he's going to see Batman, or maybe he's going to a meeting with Batman, or maybe he's just on a building in Metropolis. Who knows? But there are a few minor tweaks to the costume. It looks to me like the logo on the chest is a little smaller. We also have the piping on the sides that's a little bit more streamlined, a little less wide. The one branch of the piping came out a bit and came down and connected to the belt buckle, even though he doesn't have a belt. Speaking of which, the belt buckle is rectangle now, and also the lines that would be the belt on the sides are a little more squared off. Boots look a little different. Steve did a little bit of a comparison. There's a lot of combination photos out there where they put the suit from the original Man of Steel next to the new one with this picture, and you can see some of the differences. They did say that they would be making minor differences to the uniform, and that's what it looks like they've done. There's been question as to whether it's been brightened up or whether it's too dark. The same complaints about the costume when it was made in Man of Steel, and that is that the blues aren't blue enough, the reds aren't red enough. I keep pointing to the Smallville scene where clearly in the sun, in the bright of day, it's very bright. You can see the colors very bright. But in the less sunny areas of Metropolis, where much of the battle takes place at the end of the film, and some of the sky shots where he's fighting the multi-tentacled Kryptonian world engine thing, it also looks a little dark. But at that time, there's ash in the air. It's darker. So I think, and it might have been a symbolic thing where he's in Smallville, where he's standing in front of that flag, where he's in the place where he grew up, where he was made, if you will. They show him in his much more glorious, bright, colorful, hopeful colors. And then in Metropolis, where it looks dire, where it's dark, where things are happening that are very serious, more serious than in any Superman film ever, it looks a little darker. You know, filmmakers make decisions and make things on purpose. This could be very purposeful to kind of show the tone of those points of the film. In this shot, for sure, the one that's been released for Batman v Superman, it doesn't look any brighter. It actually, if anything, probably looks darker, but that could be because he's in Gotham. Could also be because he's in a rainstorm. That doesn't necessarily mean he's not a hopeful hero. Doesn't necessarily mean he's not somebody you can look up to. Doesn't necessarily mean he's not a symbol for goodness. It just means he's in a dark night on a roof with rain hitting him and he's wet. But I think it's a really cool picture. It looks kind of badass, if you will. He looks like he means business. People have said he looks more jacked. He may be. The one shot that I saw of him on the beach not long after Man of Steel was released looked like he had gotten a little slovenly. And, you know, I look like I look, so I'm not judging. I'm just saying, when people get done with movies, a lot of times they go back to their normal, everyday routine and therefore aren't working out real heavily to be Superman. But on the other hand, filming didn't start much longer after Man of Steel was out of theaters, so he probably could have just kept going with his routine, and maybe he did, maybe I was wrong. Seems to me it would have been smarter to just keep going, but as in the picture, his arms do look pretty jacked. I'm liking how it looks. I'm excited. I'm still hearing, you know, I really wish they weren't doing this whole thing, and people still hoping, well, maybe Batman's just a minor deal. I don't think we're ever going to know for certain until we start hearing more plot details or until we start seeing ads or trailers a year from now or whatever. But I'm guessing, based on the title and based on all the publicity around Batman, that he's not just a minor character. He's not just a cameo. He's going to be in the film. But that's okay. He can be one of Superman's supporting characters. He can be one of Superman's friends. Or he can be a co-starring role, which is what it looks like by the title. Because this doesn't have to be a lone Superman film. Is that what we wanted as Superman fans? Sure. But again, doesn't mean we're not going to get it eventually. And this is a way for WB to probably increase profits without as much marketing. Just the whole idea of this web campaign and the idea of people putting out these pictures with Batman, the memes where they're hugging each other and stuff, where they combine the two pictures that they've released, one of Batman, one of Superman now. And it's just, I mean, it's going crazy this far in advance. People are crazy about this idea. Whether they think it's dumb, they're going to go check it out. Whether they think it's awesome, they're going to go check it out. I mean, if they really hate Superman and Batman or superhero movies, they're probably not going to go anyway, so we don't need to advertise to them. But it's going to be a big thing. And if it's great, which we have reason to believe it could be, it'll be great. And then more people will go see it again, and we'll be happy, and it'll be the greatest idea that they had. And that'll spin off Batman films and Justice League films and, I'm certain, new Henry Cavill Man of Steel films. So get excited, stay excited, be excited. I think the picture looks great. I'm looking forward to more as we go in these next 2 years. It's crazy, a 2-year journey, and we've already got a picture of what he looks like in the film, a shot of him apparently filming, or maybe they just took it like they did with him in front of the safe. It was clearly a shot from the movie, but they just posed it that way, because he had this super long cape and everything, to give you an idea of what it was going to be like. So not exactly a lie, but a slight exaggeration and a publicity shot that's not exactly from the film, but is a shot that's in the film that they reposed and made for us to have publicity. This could be that, or this could actually be during filming. Who knows? But it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping things will come together, and I'm hoping it will be great. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and remember, always stand on a building and get wet in the rain.